everyone, welcome back to another. I'm sorry, my camera is shaking a little bit. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Inspirations with Rashonda, which is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all things inspiration for your mind, body, and soul. Listen, this is definitely going to be short. So I just want to make you aware that anytime God goes to bless, the enemy always coming with some mess. Okay, anytime God goes to bless, the enemy is always coming with some mess. Paul said that every time I go to do good, evil is always present. So you might say, well, Rashonda, what are you talking about? This is what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you guys seen the video where I was talking about how God blessed you. I was asking God that, I was hungry that day. Could he feed me some lunch? And he did. And then I was lazy. I didn't want to walk to get the lunch. But anyway, you can catch up on that video. It's on this channel. But at that same day, like my daughter had called me and she was telling me that, telling me her blessing of the day and how God came through for her, something she was waiting for God for that she thought wasn't going to come for weeks. She found out that it was going to be coming in a matter of days. So she was like, Mom, I felt so good. And so God just, blessed. And, I couldn't believe it. And I was just rejoicing with her because it's amazing that, when your children, as parents, I'm going to be honest with you, that's our number one goal is to introduce the Father to our kids, introduce God to our children. Okay, that's something that God requires of us. It's something that he wants us to do. And so it's not always easy, with a mindset and with, there's so much stuff going on in the world. There's TV, there's peer pressure, there's all this other type of stuff that the enemy is pulling them in all types of different directions. But at the same time, the Bible says, don't be weary in well doing. Okay. For in due time, you will reap if you faint not. And so that's our hope, I think, with any parent is that, I'm introducing you to Father. You may not understand now, but oh my God, it seems like you keep making the same mistakes. I'm talking to them black and blue in the face. Do not give up, parents, okay? God is with you. You're doing the right thing. Keep talking to them, all right? Keep introducing Father to them. What you're doing now is planting seeds. And at the right time, that seed is going to sprout. But I didn't mean to say all that, but maybe that's for someone. But so after she called me and I was telling her, I was like, well, thank God. But, I was like, just be on alert too. I said, because the enemy doesn't like when God blesses. Okay, he always comes. And his number one tactic is to get us off center, to get us off course, right? To do things when we're really not thinking about it. So when I got off work and I had just told her this, I was going along, just thanking God for, what he had did, how he had blessed me to some lunch and, and just having this glorious time. Well, when I was going home, I was in my lane. I had gotten over to turn down to where I stay. And there was this car in front of me that was trying, they had their signal light on, but they was trying to get over too. And I was thinking to myself, like, I know you're not trying to get over, now because there's this truck in front of me where I'm trying to go. And I'm like, no, you can get behind me, and I just went on. But then I thought about it and I was like, I could have, let them in. Like there was a little space where I could have just stopped, right? And just let them in and let them go ahead on and just go on in. But I didn't do it. Because I'm going to be honest, I was trying to get home. I wasn't trying to let them in. I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to go on. And then it hit me. I'm like, my goodness. And then my tag is like a Christian tag. It's like a Christian thing. And so the first thing I thought about was, the first thing they probably going to say is, and she called herself a Christian. This is what I'm talking about. And I felt so bad. And I was like, God, forgive me, because I could have let them in. It wouldn't have hurt me. We going the same place. I'm not going to get there no faster. They're not going to go no faster. Like I could have really slowed down and really let them in, but selfishness. And then I found myself trying to come up with excuses as to why, I didn't let them in. But at the same time, I'm like, no. And I told God, I said, I can't even use an excuse. I just didn't do it, so, but I was like, God, please forgive me. Please forgive me, because the last thing I want is for someone to look at my life. I'm supposed to, I'm calling myself and proclaiming to be a Christian, Christ-like, like God, walking in the kingdom. And then I deter somebody from meeting Father. That is like the word I don't. And I was telling God that I was like, I do not want no one. I don't want to deter anyone from meeting you, from getting close to you because of my actions or because of something that I've done or something that I've said. And this might be a little elementary, like, girl, what are you talking about? That don't even make sense. But it's the little things that we do. And this might not be your thing. Hey, you might let people in traffic all the time, but maybe it's something else in your life that maybe, sometimes we're the only Bible that people will read. And so because we're the only Bible that people will read, they're not going to pick up that physical Bible. They're looking at everything we do. Okay, everything we say. Even from how we wear our hair to the way we dress to how we carry ourselves. They're looking at us. And so my thing is, God, I do not want to deter anybody from meeting you or from seeking your face. And, and I was like, God, please forgive me for that card, because, if this is going to keep them from seeing you, I'm so sorry, and I, asked God to forgive me, and I went on, and then they went on, but we both didn't get nowhere any faster. So my thing is, you got to be careful. When God goes to blessing, the enemy comes and starts messing. Okay, his thing is to mess, as they say, is to I hate to use the word pee, but to pee on everything, because he's not happy, right? He don't want you rejoicing in God. He's like the Debbie Downer of everything. Oh, you happy today? Oh, yeah. Well, let me do this. Let me check this out. So just be on alert. As Paul said, evil is always present, but we got to ask God to give us wisdom. We got to ask God to give us knowledge. We got to ask God for discernment in this hour. And I think it's very important to have those three things in this hour, especially wisdom and discernment. We need it. We need it to combat the enemy. So this video may be a little all over the place. Maybe you understand it, maybe you don't. But you can use it for whatever part of your life that you have going on or whatever. So hopefully it was a blessing to you. But anyway, if it was, leave a like, subscribe if you want more videos like this. And I hope you have a wonderful day. But just be on watch, be on guard. Don't go to sleep. Be on guard at all times, because I promise you, the enemy is sitting right there waiting to swoop in with some stuff. Okay, just be on guard, be prayerful, be mindful, ask God for wisdom, ask him for discernment, okay, in this hour. So again, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.